This is a live look over I-30 at mile marker 106 in Saline County near Glen Rose. You can see how central Arkansas is blanketed by snowfall, making for some dangerous and very slow driving. Many people heeded the warnings to stay home, but the trucks that are trying to get through with deliveries for their companies are stuck on this interstate area right now. Welcome to THV 11 News at noon. We continue to follow the developing winter weather across parts of the state. Let's go now to meteorologist Nathan Scott out in our weather garden, where it looks like, Nathan, the snow is dissipating some.
Good afternoon, Karen. It is a winter wonderland out here in THV 11 weather garden. Easily, it has been 8 to 12 inches of snow for a large part of central Arkansas from Little Rock and to the north and west. It was an ice situation as expected for southeast and also south Arkansas. The snowflakes are getting smaller and smaller by the minute here in central Arkansas, and we are winding down on this storm. So primarily the accumulating snow is shifting its way off to the northeast. Here's Snow Seeker, and where you see those still darker bands of blue, that's where you could still get a light accumulation, maybe as much as a quarter to a half inch, but a lot of us are done with the accumulating snow. Here's the latest with the winter weather alerts. Winter storm warnings are now being downgraded to winter weather advisories just because it's still going to be dangerous out on the roads, and the temperatures have actually climbed above freezing here in Little Rock, where it's 33 degrees. So the melting process is already starting to take place. Standing out here in THV 11 Weather Guard, I can hear the snow falling from the trees that were just decorated with all this wet snow. Highs today, low to mid 30s, and we'll see those temperatures drop back down into the teens tonight, so any snow melt will refreeze, and we'll have to deal with black ice concerns tonight and for the start of your Saturday. More on your weekend forecast, which features warmer temperatures coming up.
All right, Nathan, thank you. THV 11 continues our coverage of the first major snowstorm of the year. We're tracking the snow and the progress being made by road crews and power companies to get the majority of the winter weather damage cleaned up and electricity restored. The city of Little Rock has crews spanning all parts of the area, shoveling snow from the primary roadways. THV 11's Brooke Buckner joins us live with a look at how much traffic volume there is and what it's like trying to drive out there. Brooke?
Hey Karen, since you saw me last, I've since moved locations to a different part of Chenal Parkway, and I gotta say, this part near Bale Chevrolet, it's pretty clear, it's decent, it's drivable. People are still taking it slow. There's not as much traffic as there would be on a normal day, which is good. We have been telling people to stay home for a good reason, but there are certain parts that are iffy. You really gotta take it slow and be extra cautious. But like you mentioned, Little Rock crews, they've been working literally around the clock with 24-hour shifts to make these roads drivable for all of us. Over 100 crew members have been using 12 large dump trucks with plows and 6 smaller trucks with plows to make the roads drivable. And they also have 2 graders. And according to the Public Works Department, they say that this equipment has been holding up extremely well for the snow, and they've been able to make a lot of progress on the main routes, as you can see here on Chenal Parkway. Now, I did make sure to ask about the neighborhood roads because a lot of people have questions about that. They're like, well, I'm stuck at home. I cannot get out of my street. Well, I did ask, and they say tomorrow is the goal. It's really just a guess at this point. They hope to tackle those neighborhood roads tomorrow, but it depends on what the temperature drops down to tonight and how soon we'll see the sunshine tomorrow, which thankfully we do plan to see that sunshine tomorrow and temps above freezing. So that will really help us thaw these roads out. For now, I'll send things back over to you, Karen.
All right, Brooke, we appreciate it, and we hope folks will stay home if at all possible. One of the biggest challenges in a winter storm like this one is the roadways. RDOT pre-treated interstates with a combination of salt and beet juice mixture to melt the first falling snow. Crews are back out today with the plows. THV 11's Rebecca Brown joins us live from Little Rock to show us the conditions out there right now. They are looking a little bit better as we get into the day. Rebecca?
Good afternoon, Karen. That is absolutely right. I would say RDOT did a fantastic job on here on the interstate. We are along I-630 here in Little Rock, and you can already see the melting process, as Nathan mentioned, has already begun and already started. People are getting by. They're driving easy. Of course, it's still cautious on these roads, and I'm going to give you a closer look so you can see. As you can see, people are still passing by. They're driving. You can actually, it helps out that people are driving because you can see those tracks where people are able to guide along. And you see this van right here. They're taking it slow, but they're going down those overpasses. They're going down those loops. The roads are pretty much clear for the most part, which is really nice. The only thing that RDOT has told me today they're still cautious about is tonight. So tonight, as you know, when we're dealing with this winter weather, it's all about that black ice. So far, the roads might seem clear, they might seem passable and drivable, but they will begin to freeze and get really slick. So just be cautious still, as we keep saying, is if you can, stay home, but if you have to, just use this time to just drive easy, and the roads look pretty good for the most part around here. I will be sending it back to you, Karen.
Thank you, Rebecca, for giving us an update on the interstates where you are. Clinton National Airport, in the meantime, will continue operations even as the capital city remains under this blanket of snow. Just this morning, we learned the airport's main runway is being used. However, we do have some challenges they have with de-icing the planes. We had some road closures. We'll tell you about those in just a moment. Several flights have been delayed from taking off leading up into this afternoon, so you'll definitely want to check ahead and check your flight status on the app or the website. Some parts of southwest Arkansas are still without power this noon. Some 31,000 customers in all were reported with no electricity. Most notably, we're seeing the populations in Miller, Little River, and Columbia counties hit the hardest because it is about ice. And that is the same story in Pine Bluff. The city missing out on the snowfall in exchange for potentially dangerous conditions. The city's announcing public transit routes and city offices are closed today. Warming centers, however, are open and they will accommodate people. The Pine Bluff Mayor, Vivian Flowers, has worked with community partners to ensure safety around her city.
The things that we're always mindful of is the safety of the people in the city, and making sure that obviously if the weather conditions prohibit safe travel on the roads, we want to get our employees off the road.
And the city is thanking local churches and additional nonprofits that are providing additional resources to serve those people who are most in need during this cold snap. Nathan?
Karen, the snow, the winter mix, it's all slowly moving off to the north and northeast. You can see things are really drying out just to the west of Little Rock. So here in central Arkansas, maybe still a few flurries around 1 or 2 o'clock, and then we'll start to see maybe some breaks in the cloud cover, especially off to the west. I've got warmer temperatures and the snow will be melting this weekend. That forecast coming up.